A returnee hailing back all the way to Medarot 2, and anyone who played Metabee version specifically of the Game Boy Advance game that was localized will know this old guy particularly well, JOR00 Ka-O Lantern. And he's coming back with a kit of triple defense seal, wheel legs, and the leg ability of Forester, which grants S rank on forest terrain in addition to the standard matches of the leg. Now, as I said, it is really nice to see this old guy come back again, especially with a new model and fantastic art as well. So really nice to see him make a comeback, especially into Medarot S with a new kit. And even though the kit has been revamped, he actually still does maintain his original intent and fighting style, all the way back from the cancel games that he had way back in Medarot 2 and 2 Core. Defense Seal is a basic shooting attack that implements no defend on the target, which basically means any hit that they take is guaranteed to land a critical hit. They can still dodge attacks, but if the hit lands, it's guaranteed to hurt a lot. Now, unfortunately, because Ka-O Lantern is triple Defense Seal on all three of his parts, that does honestly hurt his overall viability just a little bit, as once Defense Seal has been kind of inflicted on an enemy, that's kind of it. And even after you inflict it on all three, if you decide to extend his use, after all three opponents have been inflicted with it, he's just going to be kind of sitting there doing nothing, because he can't further inflict no defend after it's been used once. The benefit to this, however, that does kind of give him that saving grace, is that fact that he has wheel legs, which means he is going to have the highest natural mobility in the game of any leg type. Unfortunately, however, because they are wheel legs, that does honestly hurt it just a little bit, as they are very picky on the terrains that they're matching on. But the Forester leg ability does grant that extra bonus, which means on forest terrains, you can absolutely make use of that high speed and have nothing standing in your way. So as a pure set, I would rate him about a 4.5 out of 10, unfortunately. So like I said, it is nice to see him back, but the triple redundancy of an ailment attack, no less, does really hurt his overall chances of making his appearance very dominant and extended on a field once the battle has begun. As mixed parts, however, I would rate him much higher at a 6 out of 10, because you can spread the part across a team to maybe a more dedicated ailment fighter, and once no defend has been inflicted, then you can have a nuker come behind him and finish the job to make very quick work of someone who might be a potential threat on the field. And if you pair wheel legs on top of that, you'll already have the naturally high mobility, and then on forest terrain, absolutely you can make good use of, especially on, say, early EX trials that say no biped legs on forest terrain, for instance. This would be a very perfect match for this. In this sense, honestly, this puts him on the same tier, essentially, as Nutscracker, as she, too, also has the same leg type, wheel, and leg ability of Forester. So, definitely going to be recommending considering him. Wouldn't necessarily prioritize him too heavily, as he is becoming a spotlight bot, meaning that he is joining the permanent banner and the permanent pool after his banner closes sometime soon at time of recording. So I wouldn't put a whole lot of time into prioritizing him, as when you pull for other bots, you are going to end up getting him kind of passively on the side. But if you do end up making use of it and you do end up snagging his parts, having him raised, especially the legs, will be definitely a worthwhile investment. Especially with having at least one part of Defense Seal raised, just in the case you want to implement it on the team to guarantee that you land critical hits. One other instance you could use this for is, say, for instance, someone who has the leg ability Dead or Alive, such as Cross Warrior, the Collab reward, Sanjuro is another example, Infinitus is a third, where they get a leg bonus that buffs relative to how many crits they score. So if you pair that with, say, Defense Seal in this case, you could probably make use of that and abuse the buffs on that leg ability very, very easily.